fire that I had mentioned. They went 4-12 this year, and honestly, that that doesn't surprise me. And for their sake, I feel like they should have did worse. Um, the ongoing story between the Texans and Deshaun Watson, where Deshaun Watson wanting out just because with the mistreatment of him in that organization. Deshaun Watson is the leader of that team. And when that organization goes on and makes decisions without his input, or just even including him in the conversation whatsoever, you're gonna lose his faith in that organization, and his faith to want to show up and perform well for your team. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out this year. Uh, by sources and on ESPN and stuff like that, apparently over half of the NFL teams have reached out to the Texans about trying to get Deshaun Watson, which isn't surprising. Again, he's a young, amazing quarterback, very similar to, again, your Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, kind of one of your smaller quarterbacks. But I'd say he's more developed than that because he can throw the ball a little better. He doesn't rely so much on his feet, although he is more mobile of a quarterback than some of your older guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, things like that. He's kind of that perfect mesh point of not too small of a quarterback, but not too big of a quarterback. So wherever Deshaun lands, that team is wherever he goes, the team is going to really either turn things around if they're struggling, or if it's a team that did well that manages to get him and just had the quarterback leave, or the cards fall right for them. Um, that's going to go. It's going to be great for them. But as far as the Texans go, again, I don't see them doing. I see them doing worse. I see them getting the number 1 or the number 2 pick next year. Um, JJ Watt, I think, is next guy in line to ask out. Uh, Still crazy too, thinking about Hopkins, how he literally got traded out of there for David Johnson, who's not even an admirable running back. He's not terrible, but nowhere near in the conversation to be trading him for D Hop. So whatever it is there's got to be bad blood in that organization, where there's some executives that are just at each other's throats, that they're just not getting along, or decisions aren't being made properly, or whatever that might be. And then they go out and get a really old head coach. I think he's like 62 years old. Um, he was the quarterback's coach, I believe, from the Ravens, who were the worst passing team this past year. And you bring him in, who's going to try to work with arguably one of the best up and coming quarterbacks in the NFL, and Deshaun Watson. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It looks like they're trying to rebuild that team, where they just bring in a old guy temporarily, um, so they don't have to pay him a whole lot. They're basically going to take the next couple of years, and whatever quarterback is going to be stellar coming out of college, maybe they try to rebuild with him. But also at the same time today, seeing too the head coach and I think GM or owner of the Texans both came out and said that they had no plans of trading Watson, but the dude said he wants out. So if if you want to save any relationship that you have there and just try to move on as peacefully as possible, you let him go. So Texans went 4-12 this year. I'm going to say they go 2-14. If they win 2 games this year, good for them. But I see them being the number 1 or the number 2 pick next year.